Well, today we came to the ski resort of Corralco, which is about 7.5 hours south of Santiago. Actually, you go south about 5.5 hours, then you turn left to the east towards the Andes, obviously, and you get to the city of Victoria, and then eventually you hit here Corralco. You can also fly from Santiago to Temuco, which is like an hour-long flight, and then drive another 1.5 hours to reach the resort here, which is a small ski resort, but the scenery is beautiful. This is the Araucaria region, and it's a beautiful place, so we're gonna be skiing here all day today. So this is a small resort here in the south of Chile. This is actually a volcano. It's called the Lonquimay, and the last time it erupted was in 1988 on Christmas Day, and that's why there's a formation here called Navidad, which is Christmas. Because of that eruption back then in 88, it hasn't erupted since. Chile, as you might know, is a very diverse country with a lot of different kind of terrain. We have the Andes, you have the Acatama Desert in the north, and then the central area where wine country is pretty much like California, Sonoma, that area. And then as you keep moving further south, you find these places, a lot of volcanoes around here. On the way down from Santiago, we stop in Chillán. There's another ski resort there, also small, not as big as now the bigger area of El Colorado, La Parva, and Valle Nevado. That's Tres Valles here in Chile that recently integrated into one. And this one is small. Again, it's a volcano. You can see the runs are very wide, not very steep, but if you go off piste, you can make it as extreme as you want or as easy as you want to. The weather here in the middle of July is beautiful, as you can see. It can rain a lot here, but these past few days has been really good. And as the case of El Colorado, La Parva, and Valle Nevado, you should not expect fancy modern infrastructure. You can see the one we're riding right now. They just opened what they call an express chairlift, a 4-seater, but they haven't figured out yet the adjustment 100%. Today, for example, it stopped. Yesterday we rode it with no problem, so they're working on it. So the key message for people who come from the States to these resorts in Chile is expectation management. You should not expect to see fancy gondolas like you see in Switzerland, in Italy, in Austria, Japan, or wherever around the world. This is very different, very rustic, if you want to call it. I don't know what's the correct word to describe it. So it's a different experience of a fancy resort like Aspen or Vail or Lake Tahoe in the United States, but it's a beautiful experience too. So I encourage you to come visit, be brave, make the trip from the US to Santiago. You can fly from Santiago to Temuco and drive an hour and a half here. And then again, this area here around Malalcahuello, where I am actually building what my architect calls the not so tiny house. It's beautiful. You have the full 4 seasons. The fall is beautiful. So the fall will be around March or starting in March. And you can do all other activities around here, even though the main activity here is skiing. A lot of teams from all over the world come here to train, and actually one from Argentina, which is on the other side of the Andes, is here right now. Another advantage of skiing here in Chile is that the ski pass prices are a fraction of what you pay or we pay in the US, which can be $200, $250, $300, or even more. Here, average, I'm gonna say it's around $70 a day, which is a great value considering what you get, and not only the skiing itself, but the whole experience of the new country, the culture, the food, everything else. And hopefully you will enjoy it as much as we've been enjoying here. This is the Corralco Ski Resort in the south of Chile.